Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Armory. General Daily here, bringing you Uplink today. Very cheap game. It's a little different than what we're used to seeing here. This game is a hacker simulation game. Basically, you play a hacker in the Uplink network, and you do missions and things like that. It's a very simple based game, but it can be very complex at the same time. It's easy to get into if you learn and watch the tutorial and follow the instructions the right way. It's pretty simple to learn. So we're going to go ahead. When you first make an Uplink account, it actually is, like I said, it's a hacker simulation. So you're contacted by a company. I've already done that part, so I'm going to log in here, and we'll see what we got going on. I gotta gain uplink to the test machine here. So let's go into the uplink test machine and return some data called uplink test data. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is establish an uplink to where we need to go, which is the uplink test machine shown right here. So I'm going to link my gate. The gateway is where you are. So I'm going to circle my IP through a couple different servers and then connect it to the machine. Click connect. There we go. Now we're in the test machine. We need some security features here. We don't think we have any at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and try logging in. Let's see here, we've got file deleter. And it doesn't appear that it starts you off with any kind of equipment, so that's something I can show you right off the bat. We'll disconnect from that, go to the uplink systems, log in. Once we're in, we can go to software upgrades and we can buy software. We're going to buy a password breaker. This is exactly what it says. It breaks passwords, and we're also going to probably buy a log deleter. Maybe not this time, but we definitely will need one soon. So we're going to exit the market, disconnect from this server, and we're going to reconnect to the uplink test server. There we are. We connect. Connection in. We start the test. Open up our services here. Find crackers, password breaker, and click, and it will start guessing the password for us. Once it's done, we'll hit proceed. We'll jump in here, access file server. There's uplink test data, so we're going to go to our file utilities, or copier. We're going to copy the data. It's downloading. Once it's downloaded, we'll save it to our memory bank, which I don't have open, but it's right here. Show your memory. There we go. Paste it right there. And there we go. Now we have the data. X out of that. We can disconnect from the server. Hit OK. Now we pull up our missions, and you'll see we have a reply button. We'll click reply, and we will attach the file and send. And there we go. We got an email back. Congratulations, Agent Blue. You have reached the next uplink rating. You are now a beginner. So we can delete this. We'll delete this. And we'll go on here. I'll show you some of the other features. Now, since you are a quote-unquote internet hacker, you have access to special contracts and services provided by Uplink. So when we log in, we have a missions list, and this is all contracts that are available to us. The white ones are the ones that we can accept. The ones that are grayed out say we don't have a high enough rating to decrypt them. So let's see, we'll do this one, find and destroy crucial data on a mainframe. We'll accept that, and that should give us an email. Oh, we don't have a sufficient rating to accept that one. Wow. Let's try access remote system and copy important data files. We got that one. So click here. It says target computer data. We're looking for the Alpha Software Internal Services machine, and we are to copy the file name ALF data 86021. It's 2 gigaquads. I'm not exactly sure how big that is or if that's even real, but that's the mission. So in order to do that, we don't want to be traced, so we're going to go to our software and see if we can buy I'm not sure what they call it here. Basically something that detects whether or not we are being detected. Let's see here. Firewall disabler, file deleter, copier, dictionary hacker. Not really seeing the thing that we need here, so we're going to go ahead and see if it's underneath another type of purchase. Because in addition to software, you have hardware upgrades. You can upgrade your processor, modem, security, and things of that nature. So let's see what else we got here. Alright, so we're going to disconnect from this server. We're going to go to our mission. This is our mission server highlighted in the yellow here. We'll ping our IP off of these servers, and we will connect. Alright, so once we're connected, we're going back into Crackers, password breaker. Put the password breaker on this. Boom, in the system. Going to the file server, looking for Alpha 860201. There it is. I'm into my utilities, copier. I'm copying that one. Getting my hard drive ready. Saving it to my hard drive. Disconnecting. Now that I have the file, I can go down to the mission that we just accepted and reply that I have the data and attach it. Boom. Sent. Thank you for your work. I've been paid 1,600 credits, which is the game's money. So, you know, with that, there's other things that you can do. You can actually turn around once you get to a high enough level in your uplink rating, and you can actually hack the hackers. You can hack the uplink and steal money from their bank. You can siphon it. You can steal it in large quantities. It really just depends on how good you are at hacking. And each time that you complete a mission, you gain access to that mission's server. So pretty soon, your list here will start you know, having a lot of different servers to bounce your IP off of. Now it's important because when you do that in this game, the higher levels you get, the more chance you have of being traced, which is always a bad thing. You never want to be traced because you will go to jail in the game, and your accounts will be suspended, and they will deny, you know, knowing you, and basically things that hackers do on a regular basis. So we're gonna try and do one more mission here. I think I got time to do one more mission to show you guys a couple of the other things that you can do. We can steal important data from a rival company's file server. Let's see if we can get that one. We did. Perfect. Now we can go to software upgrades and see what else we have here. We have a decipher, which is to decipher files, a decryptor to decrypt encrypted files, a firewall bypass if they have firewalls, things of that nature. You have the IP lookup, which is something you can use to get other IPs on your network over here on the right hand side, and things of that nature. Basically, IP probe. That's a probe that sends your thing out, your IP out to different IPs and kind of bounces your signal off and things like that. So let's get started on this next mission here and see what we can do. Here we go, trace tracker. That's what I've been looking for the whole time. So I'm going to purchase the trace tracker. and I'm actually going to purchase version 2.0, and we're going to start that. You'll see down here in security we've got Trace Tracker 2.0 comes down to the bottom. You can move these around really wherever you want. But basically what that will do, it will tell me where and if I'm being traced. So I'll go ahead and disconnect from this network, go ahead and bounce my IP again. And I'm not positive, but I believe the more erratic the pattern, the harder it is to trace. So you don't ever kind of want to go in the way that I'm doing, where it's one solid line trace. Bouncing it back and forth is very helpful, from what I understand. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I'm led to believe. So I'll connect here, and then when I connect to the actual server here, you may or may not see the trace tracker at the bottom right start lighting up. So okay, it hasn't lit up yet, but it might when I start cracking the password. Yes, there it goes. It's starting to beep. The faster the beep, the more in tune the trace is. So I'm going to dedicate my CPU power to breaking this password. Once it's broken, I'll be able to dedicate all resources to the tracker to keep it off of me. I'll proceed and go to the file server. I'm looking for the data marked megadata 87636. So utilities copy here at 87636 is what I'm looking for. There it is, downloading now. Getting it ready. Copying it. Disconnecting. Perfect. I'm a very good hacker, obviously. So I'll reply to these guys, let them know that I got their data here, and send it. Now, I showed you a couple missions. Now I just want to briefly talk about what you can do. You see I've leveled up here quite easily. But the other things you can do here is when you go on to the Uplink services and connect in, you can do gateway upgrades, which upgrades your PC and motherboard and things of that nature. This is your server, so to speak. The hardware upgrades, as I mentioned, you have processors to upgrade. 200 gigahertz processor, pretty impressive, huh? Memory units. This is to store files. These are my files that I have stored, and they don't go away after you use them, so it's always good to go in and delete old files. That way you have space. Oops, I just deleted one of my programs, which is another thing you can do. You can add, upgrade, delete programs off of your browser here. Luckily I deleted the version 1.0, which I don't need anymore anyways. But you free up space so you can download bigger file sizes and bigger data. The game does get complex into other things as well, not just hacking, but there's identity changes. You'll log into the local DMV of your client and change his driver license record, or change his arrest record, or edit his college credits, things of that nature. There's tons of missions, and it's actually a pretty fun game for the price, which is pretty dirt cheap. Now, this is definitely not an everyday player. It's something that you can only play once or twice a week, and you can get burnt out on it because there's not a lot going on. I turned the music off. Music is really techno popish. It's just I don't like to have it on. I'd rather listen to my own YouTube music than listen to this game's music. But regardless, it's a cool game. It's fun just to play around in. Skills, see where you're at. This is your money section, your bank account. You have multiple bank accounts. You can have fraudulent bank accounts. This is my status within the world. Shows my rankings among other hackers, which you will meet along your journey playing this game. You'll meet other hackers that try and hack you and steal your money. You can send mail to the companies and they'll send you mail back. Pretty neat feature there. This is your gateway. Tells you about your bandwidth, your CPU speed, basically your devices and upgrades, and they're all displayed here in your software running program. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Armory. Look forward to doing the next one. We're going to be bringing you Gothic 2 or 3 during the next one. Should be very fun. It's going to be an RPG. We haven't done an RPG yet. Should be good, and look forward to it. You guys have a great day. Thank you for checking out the videos. Share, like, subscribe, favorite, whatever you want to do to help us out. We appreciate it. If you have a suggestion for a game you want to see put in the Armory, go ahead and leave it down in the description below, and I'll be happy to do that for you guys. Thank you so much. Have a nice day from the 42nd Air Assault Regiment and everybody in command staff. We appreciate you guys. Goodbye.